Hello guys, Tom today and welcome back to the second channel. We're going to go through every Europa League match of the new group stage because it's quite exciting. There is so much football, and if you support one of those teams, let me know down in the comments. I want to see which has the biggest fan base on this video. How you doing, Tom?
I am brilliant. We're in beautiful Buenos Aires. The sun is in the sky. Yes. Blue skies there.
It is. We're going to go to La Boca after this. Pray for us. Smash the like. One prayer equals one like, I guess.
That
just
sounds
one like.
Really good.
And we'll survive.
But less of this waffle, straight into it with AZ Alkmaar against Elfsborg, Theo. That is the Netherlands against Sweden, I believe. Now, Alkmaar have made a great start to the Eredivisie. 5 wins and 1 draw. But their recent record in this tournament ain't too good, is it?
Yeah, I can't tell you much about Alkmaar. They've signed Troy Parrott from Tottenham, who played there previously. He scored 4 goals in one of the games this season. So he could be getting that European goal to kickstart the season. That'd be pretty good for him. Now, the funny thing about Elfsborg is I've actually watched them live.
No, you haven't.
They were 1 game away from winning the league, but they had to go to Malmo, their league rivals, not location-wise, but Malmo got the win and they came second, but they still qualified for this Europa League competition. Obviously, if you know how the Swedish season starts and ends, it finishes early November. So the way Elfsborg are playing, if they can succeed in this tournament, they'll have no league distraction. The players will be refreshed, but I don't think they're going to win the league or be anywhere near it this season. They've dropped off a little bit. So I'm going to favour Alkmaar at home. They're doing all right. They're back in this competition, and Troy Parrott's going to get that 1 goal, 1-0.
Elfsborg have spent about a decade outside of the group stages. They've played 8 games to get to this point, but this is a stage too far. They're going to lose this one 2-0. Bodo Glimt against FC Porto now, and it's 3,000 kilometres, I think, from Portugal to Norway for the players and the supporters. Now, Bodo Glimt, Theo, they are top of the Norwegian league, and they're not bad in this tournament, are they?
Not at all, especially at home, Dad. They beat Roma twice in that stadium. 3,000 kilometres, you mentioned the distance.
Yeah.
Are any Porto fans doing that travel? And if you are, and watching this video, let me know in the comments, because you are crazy. You know, Porto haven't even kept a clean sheet in a European competition away for over 10 years.
Wow.
That's mad.
How
is that physically possible?
I don't know, but I know that they are second in their domestic league at the moment, so surely they're favourites here.
Yeah, they've got Samuel Amarodion, who, a deal broke down with Chelsea. He would have been playing in the Premier League, but he's scoring goals. They'll come here with hope that they can finally keep a clean sheet. Do I think it will happen? No, I'm not going to bank on it. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
No, I think you've been looking at my notes there, because I've also gone for a 2-2 draw, despite Porto winning this tournament in 2011. Anderlecht against Ferencváros is Belgium against Hungary. Now, I can give you a vaguely interesting Ferencváros fact, and that is if you go into my wardrobe, you'll find a Ferencváros shirt, Theo.
And what's the fact about it?
That's it, really. But anyway, carrying on. Anderlecht, Theo. They have sacked their gaffer. They're not having a very good time. I think they haven't won for the last 4 games, Theo.
Yeah, and their assistant manager's just taken over the club for the first game and got a 0-0 draw at home to Charleroi. I think in an interview he said, being a manager is my thing. Not a great start for him. So maybe this European match will be the fixture to convince the fans he's the man for the job over in Belgium. I don't think it will be. Ferencváros, difficult team. I mean, they've got Barnabas Varga up top, Dan. He's got 10 goals in a row in the league. He's bagging them for fun. So they're going to come here thinking we can do it. And I think that run will continue. Anderlecht 1, Ferencváros 1.
Ferencváros have got that great away form there, and they've never lost to a Belgian side, as you say. But you look at their UEL record, 1-1, drawn 1, and lost 7. So I'm just going to go with Anderlecht here. A 1-0 win. Dynamo Kiev against Lazio is, of course, Ukraine against Italy. But this game, of course, will be played in Hamburg for reasons that we know. And the record of Dynamo in Hamburg, it ain't that great.
No, it's not at all. They've played 26 games against them and only won 2 of them. And Lazio are on mixed form, aren't they?
They are, Theo. Now, they were runners-up in this tournament in '98. It's one of those clubs, you hear the word Lazio and you think they must be a great team. Yeah. But their away record in this tournament recently hasn't been that good. And you look at Kiev's home record. Now, I know they're not playing at home in reality, but they've started the league in the Ukraine very, very well. Could be a tight game.
Yeah, new manager Baroni has been inconsistent. He needs a win here to prove the Lazio fans he's the man. Their player, Boulay Dyer from Salernitana, I saw him score for Salernitana away at Napoli last year, and he's a quality player. I think he's got 2 goals in 4 games. He's going to score one of the 3 goals. Lazio going to win 3-0 away from home.
Wow, I don't agree with you, Theo. I'm going to go for Dynamo Kiev 0, Lazio 1. It's going to be low scoring. Galatasaray against PAOK is a Turkish team against a Greek team. If you know your history, this is going to be a tasty, naughty, moody
game.
Hey, I do that bit, Theo.
Last year, I went to a Greek versus Turkish team.
No, you didn't.
And there weren't even away fans, and it was feisty. There was Greek flags out there. This is a big match whenever they play. They want the bragging rights, don't
Yes,
they? Online,
they do.
social media is a big thing now. Doesn't matter if the away fans are not there, they will be online. PAOK, very well supported. Galatasaray, we already know that. This could be goal crazy.
It could, Theo. Feisty one you are. But Galatasaray in the league, 100% record this season. But you look at their European form, 1-1, drawn 1, lost 6. So in Europe, I don't know, something goes wrong.
Yeah, for Gala, they'll be happy. They just beat Fenerbahce 3-1, made Jose cry, tears. Not so much the special one, the crying one, they said online. Now, the question is, who is going to stop Okay Buruk, who has gone unbeaten since the start of the season? The gaffer, of course, 100% record, just winning every game. I don't think PAOK will stop that in Istanbul.
I think that PAOK have never lost to a Turkish side. I think they are top of the Greek league. I'm going to go with home advantage. Galatasaray 1, PAOK 0.
They'll travel to the Turkish capital with confidence, won't they? Top of the Greek Super League, haven't lost either. Shola Shortai, new signing for PAOK, was last at Bolton, now at the Greek club. 5 goals in this game, 2 for PAOK, 3 for the home side. Gala, they're doing it.
Ludogorets against Slavia Prague, Theo, is Bulgaria against the Czech Republic. Now, Ludogorets is one of those teams you know the name because they're always in this tournament. They've got a good home record in general. They're very good in the Bulgarian league. Are they slight favourites here?
It's hard to call because it's a very difficult place to go. In fact, Ludogorets hold a record of 5 of their last 7 Europa League outings. They've won. In these sort of, the new big group table, any home game is massive for them if they can get 3 points. Now, Slavia, they've got a great record in Europa League too, let's not deny it. 9 wins of their last 11 matches in that tournament. It's incredible. So I'm just going to sit on the fence here and go with a 1-1 draw.
And again, I think you've been looking at my notes because I've gone for a 1-1 draw because Slavia Prague got into the last 16 last time. This is going to be tight as tiger. Manchester United against FC Twente. This is all about Ten Hag because he's managing Manchester United against the team he used to play for, and he still supports them, Thea.
Yeah, well, United have scored 11 goals over 2 games before the Crystal Palace match, so the question is, can they score 10 goals past them, Ten Hag, or can they score 20 past them, like against Twente?
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, 10, 20, Ten Hag, 20.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like FC 20.
Yeah.
I think we should just carry on, Theo. Now, you look at Man United's record in this tournament, Theo, in Europe, won 18, drawn 5, lost 1 at home. So they really are very strong favourites. I think they are favourites to win this tournament.
Twente's not a big place, so Ten Hag is obviously known there. He knows how the team play. He's a fan, so he watches them. He'll know how to beat them. I expect this to be high scoring. Old Trafford have a very good record at home in the Europa League. I think out of 28 games, they've only lost once. Twente won in their last match against an English club, which was against Fulham in 2011. Interesting that. But I don't think this is another. It's going to be 4-0 Man United. Marcus Rashford and Amad Diallo, them two will be the problem.
I'm not sure about that because Twente have made a really good start to the Eredivisie, but like you say, Man United, they look good in recent weeks. Apart from that 0-0 draw with Crystal Palace, they look like a different team. I'm going to go 2-0 Man United.
Well, Sam Stein is the one to watch out for. He's got 2 braces in the last 2 games for Twente, which is really underrated.
Michelin against Hoffenheim is, of course, Denmark against Germany. Now, Michelin are the Danish champions, aren't they, Theo?
They are.
Used to be owned by Matthew Benham, now owned by a billionaire from that country. But their recent competitive record is very, very good. Yeah,
clearly Brentford has sold to the right guy. They're running that club properly. They seem the best there for sure. And they're playing against difficult opposition. In fact, German clubs have a very good record against Danish clubs. They'll be excited. They finished 7th in the Bundesliga, their 3rd consecutive season in Europa League Hoffenheim. If you've been there, it's not a big place.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many travelling fans they're going to have. It's the smallest team in the Bundesliga by fan base. But Kramaric up top has a great record, doesn't he? 7 goals in the last 8 major European matches. So there's quality there, and I think he will get the goal to make them win 1-0 in Denmark.
I think Michelin are underrated as a European team.
They are.
I think they're going to win this one.
Seriously?
2-1. We disagree. Nice of France against Real Sociedad of Spain. These are 2 big clubs there. We all know who these clubs are, but their recent records in Europe are pretty bad, aren't they?
Yeah, well, Sociedad compared to last year is a different club. It's been a very difficult season for the Spaniards. It's not been very Nice, I'll tell you that. It's been a bit of a Real Iti check because they have now gone 5 games. They've gone 5 games without a win. They've sold Mikel Merino to Arsenal. Zubimendi's still there, but he's probably scratching his head saying, why didn't I take that Liverpool contract? And I think the French team, after an 8-0 battering they gave Saint-Etienne, they will go in confident, won't they?
Yes, now they've never played Real Sociedad before, so we can't look at the back history here, can we?
No, we can't. No. Ndombele and Moukoko, they both scored in their last fixture. Well, I mean, the whole team did, but Moukoko's the new signing, isn't he?
He is.
From Dortmund, finally left. released from the shackles. I felt like he needed that. I think at home they're going to beat Sociedad.
And I agree, because Sociedad's record in France ain't too good. I'm going to go Nice 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 Nice. Late winner for an Ndombele, outside the box strike.
And that concludes the Wednesday games. Fenerbahce against Union SG is, of course, Turkey against Belgium. Now, these two sides played in the Conference League last season, didn't they?
I know, very interesting, Dad, at a knockout stage and over 2 legs. I think Jose Mourinho will be telling the boys we need a response. We lost Derby Day 3-1 in our own stadium. They went 3 goals down very early on. In my opinion, they brought on Ensiri too late. I think when you've got a player that good, I'm not just saying that because he's my mate, but genuinely, he's at a prime age. He would smash the Turkish league. Give him every minute of this match, and I genuinely think Fenerbahce will smash USG. Now, for the Belgians, it's been very interesting, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
They've been very close to winning the Belgian league over the years. With their new manager, they've got 1 goal in the last 6 games.
Yes.
0 goals in the last 4. 460 minutes of football without a goal.
Wow.
I mean, this could be the final blow. If Fenerbahce batter USG, could be another manager gone.
I look at Union's form, like you said, 1 goal scored in 6 games. That ain't good enough. This is going to be 1-0 to the Turks.
Yeah, Fener will go from the crying one to the special one again. 3-0.
Malmo of Sweden against Glasgow Rangers of Scotland. This is a tasty one, because Malmo, I think this is their 7th game in Europe this season.
Yep.
They're absolutely smashing their domestic league. But Rangers, is that a difficult opposition?
Rangers have never won at Malmo. They've played 4 times.
Yeah.
Malmo won 3 of them.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going off head to head. They're strong. Now, if you don't know about Swedish football, it ends in early November. And they're 11 points top of the table.
Yeah.
So if they start to go on a run, well, of course, there's a lot of fixtures over the league. When the season ends, it's only focused on Europe. So if Malmo can start to pick up points now, they could be in for a very good record during this tournament, because they will be refreshed. Can they continue this unbeaten run against the club after 4 games? I think they can, Dad.
Yes, and I think they can too, because you look at Glasgow Rangers' away form, it's terrible, and actually over the last few months.
I don't know what Clement is doing. You lose 3-0 to Celtic, you get knocked out the Champions League qualifications against Dynamo Kiev. I'm sorry, this is Rangers we're talking about. I think it's a worrying time to be a Rangers fan. They need to figure it out. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
I'm actually going to go for a win to Malmo, 2-1.
2-1, seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
James Taverniers will save the day.
Ajax against Besiktas is Netherlands versus Turkey. Now, you look at this fixture, the last 6 times Ajax have been the winners. The last 20 times Ajax have played in Europe, they have won 18 out of 20 at home, so surely home win.
Jordan Henderson and the boys are not figuring out miracles. It's definitely a transitional period. There's 2 stronger teams in the Netherlands, and clearly Feyenoord and PSV are the teams of them. Besiktas as well. Are they on Galatasaray and Fenerbahce's level right now? It's hard to say.
Besiktas are doing quite well domestically, but there is a sort of European jinx. They don't do very well in Europe, and particularly away from home. I'm just going to go with a home win here. 2-0.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think Ajax will run away with this. Immobile's on fire. They're going to turn up firing. 2-2 draw.
No way.
Yeah,
absolutely no way. Besiktas will get nothing from this game. AS Roma against Atletico Bilbao is, of course, Italy against Spain. Now, look at Roma's recent form in Europe. 2022, they won the Conference League. 2023, runners-up in this tournament. And last season, I think they got to the semi-final. Tell me if I'm wrong with those facts.
No, I think you're right, Dad. And recently, AS Roma have sacked their club legend, De Rossi, and it's always heartbreak when someone who knows and loves the club doesn't work it out on the pitch. But they brought in someone new, Ivan Juric, and he's already doing well, the Balkan lad. He got a 3-0 win over Udinese, brought out the best of Paulo Dybala, Artem Dovbyk, the new signing from Girona, the Ukrainian striker. And I think it's got them on track to come in with a lot of confidence, finally, at a Europa League stage. And they need that at home. And they're playing what is the first Basque outfit since 2017-18 in European football. So congratulations being back, Bilbao. They've got top players like Inaki Williams. You never know.
Well, the thing about Bilbao here, they started the season pretty badly, but they've won 4 of the last 5 games.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So they can actually bask in that success.
Oh,
do you like
was
that?
Interesting.
Is that staying in?
Oh, I don't know. Roma are back on track, so are Bilbao. I'm backing home form here.
Yes.
Paulo Masterclass 2-1 win.
And I'm going for a 1-0 win to Roma.
Ooh.
Braga of Portugal against Maccabi Tel Aviv of Israel. Now, Robbie Keane actually used to manage Maccabi Tel Aviv until the start of this season. He did a year there, despite a lot of people saying don't go there. But anyway, going back to Braga, they've got quite a good record in Europe, haven't they, Theo?
They have,
They got to the quarterfinals, I think, twice in recent years. Surely they win this.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to mention that we need to do a game at Braga because
Yeah.
Estadio Municipal is stunning, isn't it? With the rock
Yes, yes.
in one of those stands. Put a picture on the screen. I will be watching, and it won't be the pitch. It's beautiful. The Yellows turn up. They're playing their first fixture of the Europa League. They're back here for a second time in the history of their club. They did well in the Conference League to get to a knockout stage last year, but I just see this being a 2-0 win to the Portuguese boys.
Do not write off Maccabi Tel Aviv here because they have won their last 9 games. Now, admittedly, the Israeli league is maybe not the standard of the Portuguese league, but their away record in Europe ain't too bad. So I think it's going to be closer than people think. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win. Now for FC SB against Riga's FS. That is a mouthful.
Alphabet
now,
FC.
This team used to be called Steaua Bucharest, but you know what? The military in Romania sued the club and said you can't use that name. And in 2017 they had to change their name.
They're the most historic club of the country. In fact, they had that famous Euro Cup win in '86.
Yes.
And, maybe they'd be dreaming of a Europa League run. And with this new group stage, I think they're going to start with a win. I don't know much about RFS. I've heard Riga's a lovely place. Have you been to Riga?
Riga is a beautiful place. Everyone should go there.
And they'll be gutted they're flying to Bucharest. Not to say anything rude about Bucharest. I love Bucharest. Cheap beer, great place, lovely people, and a home win, 2-0.
Steaua Bucharest will win this one 2-1. Eintracht Frankfurt against Victoria Pilsen is, of course, Germany against the Czech Republic.
Yes.
It's the battle of the beers. Now, Eintracht Frankfurt won this tournament in 2022. I think they've won the last 3 Bundesliga games. They're in good form. Surely a massive home win.
Yeah, I've got a fact for you, Dad. This will be streamed in a country more than Germany. Can you name the nation and why?
Austria?
Nope.
The Czech Republic?
Also wrong. One more country, one more guess. Come on, Dad.
Slovakia?
Wrong. It's actually Egypt. Do you know why?
Oh, this must be an Egyptian player.
Exactly. The new king of Egypt, Thogdad. Look at how good Marmoush is playing.
Okay.
He's got the whole country watching Frankfurt. 4 games, 4 goals this season.
Yeah.
Been one of the best players. Frankfurt have been running the show in the Bundesliga. And I think he's going to grab a brace in this match, and Frankfurt are going to win 4-0.
Ooh, Pilsen, got to the quarterfinal of the Conference League last season.
They did, fair play to them.
But their record against German teams, I think it's drawn 1 and lost 7. So this will be a comfortable home win.
I love Frankfurt.
3-1.
What a stadium.
Lyon against Olympiacos is France against Greece. Now, Lyon, Theo, they were 6th in Liga 1 last season, but they've not made such a great start this season. Could this be a surprise?
Well, that will annoy their 50,000 fans that attend every week. In fact, the 2 best supported clubs in France is probably Lyon and Marseille.
Yeah.
And they faced each other very recently in Lyon's home stadium, which they've had a bad record at. And it continued with that 3-2 loss to Marseille. And they were playing against 10 men for most of the game. Embarrassing.
But what isn't embarrassing, Olympiacos have won the Greek League 47 times.
Yeah.
And they won the Conference League, didn't they, last season? You were there.
I was there. In fact, I watched a lot of their run.
Yeah.
So from that Fenerbahce game, they called me good luck.
Yeah.
So I kept going to the games, sometimes with Cassius, loved Athens, loved the people, love Olympiacos, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And they went on and won it, and I was there, and it was magic. And one player, El Khabi, 12 goals in the Conference League last year. He's already got 5 contributions this season. He's the Moroccan Jamie Vardy. He's going to score in this game. Lyon won, Olympiacos won. Because it's not an easy place to go.
Very big shout, Theo. I think this is going to be very close, but I'm going with home advantage, narrowly, probably a late goal. Lyon 2-1.
Olympi!
And last but not least, it's Tottenham Hotspur against Qarabag, which is England, of course, against Azerbaijan. Now, Tottenham, no major trophies since 2008. Every Arsenal fan will tell you that. But they are the favourites, joint favourites with Man United to win this tournament.
Yeah, when Ange managed Celtic, there was a lot of these sort of fixtures where they played in Europe and they're a lot stronger and they needed to batter teams. And even in Scotland, when he's playing against all sorts, he needs to turn up attacking, full throttle, and enjoy it. And let's just say, a lot of the Spurs players this season, they've not been as good as their usual self. I'm talking about Maddison. Solanke hasn't gelled yet. A lot of players need an opportunity to play, like Archie Gray. And this is the perfect fixture for them, isn't it?
It is, Theo, yes.
Midweek, get it going. They could score more than 5 goals in this game if they want to. They're not playing anywhere near the usual standard that they face in the Premier League.
I know you're going to go for a cricket score after what you've said. Yeah. I'm just going to go for 3-0 to Spurs, because I think they'll try a few new players here, Theo.
All I'll say is 5-0, even Archie Gray scores.
Right.
In Buenos Aires, we've got a big game coming up, River Plate Colo-Colo. See you there, 90,000 fans. And last but not least, smash the like target, because Dog Dad's forehead is big.